Need 3 corners.
Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State and home to the Kentucky Wildcats. And Big Blue Nation has turned out, revved up, and ready to go. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kentucky Wildcats. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this to start. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Gibson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Texas Longhorns return team will have that offense backed up. Here he comes, and anytime this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, Dave.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. You want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Throws to the tight end. Picked off. Got room on the return. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense, because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. From the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Give to the back. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun. The running back has it. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last kick.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes. It just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Got it in the middle, it's Moore. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt, to win the SEC is a long road. You know about that, I know about that personally, and they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Fires to the right. Got his man. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's the guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
The give to the tailback. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They can really be aggressive to that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Motion from the offense. They'll run play action. Unloads it downfield. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. Listen, he sailed and he overthrew. I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
They'll try to get it through the air. He's going to take off. Finds a crease at the 20. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open, you sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. Got it! They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off the stride.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack, once the tight end made great job form time.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, that's frustrating for a defense. You had him in 3rd down. You had him in a predictable situation. Try to go capitalize on it. What does he do? Pulls that rabbit out of the hat, scrambles around, now puts him right inside the 5-yard line in scoring position. You got to bow your necks. You better get ready for the next play.
They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week. That top 25 clash.
You can get a cup of coffee, please.
Made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The give on the counter. Nifty little dance step. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. You haven't had a lot of success. Boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the 1st down.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 2nd down, just keeps fire. Finds his tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. Gets the edge early in the 2nd. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. They'll try the right side.
Look at my lunchbox.
His way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
That's a great individual play. And I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, and making the tackle.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range. Now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
On this 1st and goal, let's see what Kentucky does. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They're going to give it to the wide receiver on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Takes the handoff. It's Baxter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. Put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few.
All kinds of running room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Anytime a blitz gets home that fast, I'm going to call it a lot, okay? I'm going to use this one time and time again until they find some answers to how we got that linebacker to the quarterback that fast.
What's up, man?
That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. They'll try to get outside. That play just never had a chance. They knock knock him down for a loss of 5. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Caught behind the line. It's Bond. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking for a man. It's Ewers. It's complete on the right side. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
I don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, look at the matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the 1st down. Give him the football. Let him be an athlete with the football in his hands after he catches it. Nice job by the QB. Nice job by the running back.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle. It's Bond. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. They want to just keep throwing it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bond.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. He's going to fire deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. He's looking to pass. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Touchdown Longhorns! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Splits the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Missouri was able to finish off a close one in Columbia. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Grabbed in the middle, it's Patterson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On second down, they'll take to the air. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's key. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On second down, wants to throw it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Kentucky!
How about the Hail Mary? Listen, you're supposed to throw that thing way up in the air. He puts it up in the air high to the defender. You're not supposed to try to catch it. You're supposed to knock it down. It gets deflected. And how about the concentration by the receiver to catch the football, make the play with all those bodies around him?
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Lexington. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Running with power. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets two. He's down at the 21.
Yeah, a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
That's the way you answer your halftime speech. You gave up a lot of points in that first half. What did the defense do? The first possession, you set the tone in the second half. Get the big stop, get the big sack. Really nice answer by this defense.
He gets away from his own end zone. He'll field it close to the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding.
Unloads to the right. Got him and nobody's close. Touchdown, Texas! What a catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. After that, Lane's answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable with that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
They move the tight end all over. Now the play fake. Shoots it to the left. Fires a ball, and now it's picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 10. And he is taking it all the way back. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And free safety roaming the middle of the field, you can see just reading the quarterback's eyes, coming to break on the football, taking a great angle to pick it off, and then do some damage and make the big play for this defense to score some points.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not trying to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. They go to the draw. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Texas offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Polly.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Well, the quarterback dropped back, read the coverage, and realized there was nobody even close to his tight end over on the outside of the field, so simple pitch and catch, and that's an easy first down.
Takes the handoff. It's Baxter. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down to the 48.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not what an offense ever wants to drive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
He's going to look for a man on third and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. The defender was right there. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. A 6-yard pickup that leaves him with 3rd and 4.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1. They'll pass on the 48-yard field goal attempt and instead try to pick up the first down.
God dang it.
Get there. A 4th down stop. First down here for the offense. They'll crank up this drive with a pass. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Really nice job there by the defense because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last round.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line to pick up a 1.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this deep tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double-teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
They're trying to get to it. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal.
Get in there.
Good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the
Right down the middle.
And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. They got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Anthony Hill,
It's been a surprise today for this offense. Like coming into thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, and somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They made the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Leaves it with the back. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. But take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaking up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Wide out in motion. Back to pass, it's Ewers. Unloads it left. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like to those jump balls up to my receiver, because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look back. I like the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Catch it in the middle, it's golden.
Nice.
You know, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points now to get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Wide receiver shows motion. Gonna run it. It's Baxter. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the fourth quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll try the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Complete downfield. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's at hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is...
The tight end, run him over.
I'm going to try to
run him over, man. You're supposed to run him over. Good in there,
have any chance in the world this
That's
defense
ain't really having that good of a year.
Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Oregon State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Bees have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today.
Looking to move it through the air.
They're trailing by 11 to Northwestern. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Now on first down from the 28. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. The defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Using the and just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
They're going to throw it again.
Oh. Oh.
Can anyone catch it?
That's all good.
And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in.
It's all good.
Exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets to his progression, David, and gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride, right? I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on their play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll give it to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 20.
You've got the lead late. You want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
He now has 85 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Throwing right. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
Nice cut.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. Shows you why he's a really good back, and the line's paved some holes. And he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going with the lead, he's going to get a few more touches, break that century mark. And when you do, you have a great chance of winning football games.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the offense. Looking for space. It's Baxter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out in the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get limits in those big ones.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Bringing it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody staying in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back in the game. Offense takes the field. Trying to find his man on 1st down. They're bringing heat. Took a shot as he threw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
A lot of things had to happen for this offense to get back in the game, but how about the defense? The defense said, no, sir, we're going to end this one right now. Makes the big play, gets the safety. Not only do they score points, they get the football back, and the clock is on their side. The defense just ended this football game.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan.
Run that ball downhill.
They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. First down, 10 yards to go. Out of the gun to give to the back. Keeps the legs moving. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you. Right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Man, just a great job by the defense being stout. Right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Going up top on first down. Unleashes one deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. Line getting set on second down. Here's the handoff. That'll be a gain of about 7, leads in with 3rd and 3.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Baxter. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before
Big game for Baxter. Big game for
This
Baxter.
was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and he certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense option. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one, actually, kind of one stop with this many points that are being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.